Good evening, friends and comrades. I wanted to read an article with you that I wrote the other day, soon after finding out that Comandante Hugo Chavez passed away. Comandante Chavez was a man defamed by much of the world, media, heard fears from the establishment. Like all great leaders, when the defamation stopped working, it's possible the CIA had him poisoned, causing him the cancer. As many relatively young heads of state in Latin America who had allied with Chavez had suddenly got cancer, and the CIA has been known to use this tactic. Chavez himself suggested this possibility. One of the most common insults towards Chavez, which caused me much indignation, was that of dictator. Would a dictator allow free speech? In Venezuela, opposition TV, which dominated the channels as they broadcast from Miami and other cities, called for Chavez's assassination every day, and Chavez tolerated it for free speech of journalism. If Fox News tomorrow called for the killing of Obama, you think those reporters would not be in jail? The same propaganda has circulated rumors that Chavez was in a coma when he was still well enough to write letters to the public while he was sick with cancer. I asked Professor Chomsky what he thought it meant for Latin America the death of Chavez yesterday, and he said it's hard to predict. I think Chomsky's wrong. Chomsky was an old friend of Chavez, a man who was much older than Chavez. I think what's predictable is there will not be civil war, but the Venezuelans will unite for the sake of Chavez and sacrifice his people. Chavez was not a Venezuelan leader, he was not a Latin American leader, he was a world leader. History should remember him so. I know what it is to lose someone close. I know what Chavez's daughters are going through, the suffering of his people, yes. But imagine his daughters, his grandchildren, in these moments. Chavez was not known as an intellectual, but was well read. From poets like Galeano and Neruda to intellectuals like Chomsky, Chavez knew literature well and applied it to his philosophy. We will continue in his legacy, that of rebelling against the injustice of imperialism wherever we can find it, and trying to make a difference in this world. Chavez was able to continue Allende's legacy, the first democratically elected socialist, the Chilean revolutionary, who was taken from power and took his own life on the other at 11, but in 1973. Latin America, unite now more than ever in honor of Chavez. Do not let the bourgeoisie divide you. Chavez made me proud to be a man, proud to be Latin, and proud to be an anti-imperialist. He was the father of us all. Chavez's faults only made us love him more. It reminded us he is human like us, and he was the first to recognize his faults. Chavez did so much to unite the Latins and Arabs under the banner of anti-imperialism with the Inshallah Ojalá unity. The words for hopefully are God willing in Arabic and Spanish, which are similar. Men like him in history are unique and precious. Life is so unfair. Life was taken from Chavez before he could enjoy the inauguration he fought so hard to earn from his re-election. Chavez helped in the negotiations with the FARC rebels when the Green Party presidential candidate Ingrid Betancourt of Colombia was being held by them. Upon her release, she went to Venezuela to pay homage to Chavez. Chavez even used Venezuelan gas Citgo to help poor families in the U.S. A great man died yesterday. Let us not let his death be in vain. Chavez was able to return to his country before he died, as countless Latin American leaders in history have died in exile, including Simón Bolívar, who helped them liberate much of Latin America and the Caribbean from the Spanish imperialists. Today we have the imperialists here in the USA, and Chavez and his legacy of leaders in South America from Correa to Morales to Humala, etc., will continue. I hope to return to South America soon as a journalist and a revolutionary. I do not worship a hero, but I admire a hero, a man who, like all men and women, had his faults, but one unique in his role in history. Over a decade in power, he left Venezuela on their feet with dignity, not willing to give their natural resources to empire any longer. Long live Chavez, long live the Bolivarian Revolution, from Venezuela to all of Latin America. Al Suarez, founder of Americans for Chavez. Thank you, friends and comrades, for listening.